Isn't it interesting how the things we once thought were true begin to unravel the moment we start asking the right questions? Who told you you needed external validation to be successful? When did you decide that your own worth was measured by someone else's approval? How did you come to believe that love had to be chased, instead of something that simply flows? And as you consider that now, isn't it fascinating how a belief can feel real, until you start questioning its foundations? Like a house built on shifting sand, some ideas crumble the moment you look at them closely, while others, the ones that truly serve you, remain standing stronger, clearer, undeniable. So what happens when you let go of the belief that you need to be liked to like yourself? What opens up when you realise that worthiness isn't something to be proven, but something you were born with? And isn't it curious how the moment you stop seeking external validation, you suddenly feel more powerful than ever before? Because here's the truth. The more you chase approval, the further away it runs. Like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. But the moment you let go, the moment you realise that everything you were searching for was already within you, that's when everything changes. And perhaps you've already noticed, the ones who captivate, the ones who inspire, the ones who hold the strongest presence in the room, they're not the ones who seek validation, but the ones who radiate their own unshakable certainty. So if the most magnetic people are those who don't need approval, then isn't it time to ask yourself, what if you could step into that version of yourself right now? The version of you that knows deeply that you don't need to be liked to be lovable. You don't need to be approved of to be valuable. And you don't need permission to be powerful. And as this realization settles in, something shifts. Because maybe, just maybe, the more you stop seeking validation, the more you begin to enjoy life fully, unapologetically. The more you stop chasing approval, the funnier, wittier, sharper you become. And the more you embrace your truth, the more others feel drawn to you. Not because you need them to, but because they can feel that you're whole within yourself. So what if you could simply decide right now that it's time to let go of the old patterns that no longer serve you. Time to release the limits that you unknowingly placed on yourself. Time to embrace the truth that's been waiting for you all along. That the only person whose approval you ever needed was your own. And as you breathe that in, deeply, effortlessly, you might begin to wonder how much easier everything will become now that you have reclaimed your power. Because after all, when you stop needing validation, you become undeniable. And isn't that a wonderful thing to realise now? Because it's strange, isn't it, how for so long you believed you needed approval. How you thought someone else's praise could somehow make you whole. As if worthiness was something to be given, instead of something you already had. But let's pause for a moment. Who told you that? When did you decide that? And more importantly, what if you were wrong? Because here is what's truly fascinating. The moment you stop seeking validation, something shifts. The moment you stop chasing approval, you become magnetic. And maybe you've already noticed the people who don't care about being liked, they're often the ones the people are drawn to the most. So what happens when you let go of the need to impress? What opens up when you realise that the less you seek approval, the more you enjoy life? And as you think about that now, something deep inside you starts to recognise. This changes everything. You once thought that being serious, being tough, shutting down emotions would protect you. That growing up fast would make you strong. That staying in control meant pushing everything away. But let's ask, what if that control was an illusion? What if suppressing your emotions didn't make you stronger, but weaker? What if real power comes from the exact opposite? Embracing emotions, rather than running from them. Because as you consider that now, you might start to see how every time you shut down, it wasn't strength, it was fear. Every time you doubled down, it wasn't confidence, it was self-defense. And now you see something new, don't you? Real strength isn't pretending not to feel. It's having the courage to feel everything, fully. That confidence isn't about proving something. It's about needing to prove nothing. And maybe you've already begun to realise that the more you accept yourself, the funnier, freer, more alive you become. Because for so long, you thought you had to act tougher, grow up faster, hide your emotions. But what did that create? A cycle of shutting down. A habit of running into danger to prove something you never needed to prove. A spiral of ignoring emotions until they forced their way back. And the funny thing is, the moment you stop running, the moment you allow yourself to feel, to experience, to integrate, everything changes. Because isn't it true? The more you suppress something, the stronger it becomes. Ignoring emotions doesn't make them disappear. It only makes them louder, more overwhelming, more exhausting. But here's what's incredible. The moment you stop fighting yourself, the moment you release those old patterns, something clicks and everything gets easier. Because what if all this time you weren't broken? You were just running the wrong program. Now that you see it, you can rewrite it, right here, right now. And so now it's time to step into the most powerful belief of all. That the more you let go, the further you can go. The more you relax, the sharper, faster, more alive you become. Because isn't it interesting? The more you try to think faster, the slower you become. The more you chase approval, the more insecure you feel. The more you suppress emotions, the more they control you. But the moment you stop, the moment you just be, something shifts. And maybe you've already felt it, that deep, undeniable truth that everything you were searching for was always inside you. So as you take this in now, I wonder, what becomes possible for you when you finally set yourself free? As you think about that now, maybe you can already feel it, can't you?